Today we're going to evaluate a function given a domain. This question can be asked three different ways. What is the range of f of x given the domain of -4 and 5? Find the values of f of x given a specific domain. And what is the output of f of x given the input? Regardless of which way it's asked, what they are really saying is given these x values, this domain, this input, if you plug it into this function, which range or output or y value are you going to get? So I've gotten my students to understand that whenever a function begins with f of x, which is really just the same thing as saying y, so it's y equals x plus 3, we need to get in the habit of putting it into our calculator and either looking at the graph or looking at the table. So what we're going to do right now is we're going to put x plus 3 into y1. X plus 3. And we're going to go to our table today. We do that by hitting second graph. And we want to evaluate for the values of -4 and 5. So we go up when x is -4, y is -1. And when we look down, when x is 5, y is 8. That means my input of -4 and 5 yields an output of -1 and 8. Let's look at the next one. It's a function, so we get in the habit of putting this into y1, 2x minus 1. We go to our table by hitting second graph. We are looking for the inputs of 0 and 8, so when x is 0, y is -1 again. And when x is 8, y is 15. So the inputs of 0 and 8 yield an output of -1 and 15. And the last one, f of x, so we're going to put 1/2 x plus 2 into our calculator. We go to our table. By hitting second graph. We're looking for the inputs of -4 and 5. So when x equals -4, y is 0. And when x equals 5, y is 9/2. So my input is of, my outputs are going to be 0 and 9/2.